Oh, good morning, everyone. Is this loud or is it just me? I'm filling in for Deacon Jim today. He's not feeling too good. He's battling cancer, as many of you know, so I'd ask you to keep him in your prayers in a special way. We're all praying for you, Jim. And I have to admit, I almost didn't make it here myself after watching that Bills game last weekend. I think I'm ready this weekend. I got an oxygen mask and a defibrillator right next to me. so we're hoping. I think the best way to approach these readings this weekend is a little context of what's going on around us. The Gospel of Matthew is what we'll be focusing on this year in this ordinary time. We're in week 3 of it, so we're just beginning the ministry of Jesus all over again. But in Matthew's Gospel, he's writing to a Jewish community. So oftentimes throughout the year when we read Matthew, you'll hear, like we did in today's Gospel, he refers to something in the Old Testament, which is actually what the first reading was today that Jennifer read, that there was a great darkness in Nebula and Zephtali, and I can never say them right. But just to give you a little context, in Israel, the region of Israel, it was broken up into 12 different sections, each section representing one of the 12 tribes of Israel. And they're named after the 12 sons of Jacob. So Jesus is actually in the most northern part of Israel right now, starting his ministry. And the prophet Isaiah, back in when it was written, 500 BC, I think it was, somewhere in there, he's talking about the darkness that had overtaken the land. Back in 900 BC, the Assyrians came in and they conquered the northern part of Israel and took all the Israelites into captivity and slaves and things like that. And it was a very dark time. In 600 BC, the Babylonians came and took the southern part of Israel and took them into a darkness. So Isaiah is talking about how the Israelites, the people of God, are in this dark time. They're in a time of death and darkness. And he's pointing to the fact that a great light will come back into the darkness and liberate their people, which Matthew is saying is Jesus. Jesus is that light. He's the light that's coming into the darkness to liberate us all from sin and death that's in our lives. So as he's walking along, we go to the second part of the gospel, and he's walking by the Sea of Galilee, and he sees 2 brothers, Andrew and Peter. And he calls them, "Come follow me. I will make you fishers of men." And according to Matthew's account, they don't say a word. They just get up and go. And later on, the same thing happens to James and John. He sees them mending their nets with their father in a boat. And he calls to them, "Come follow me." And immediately they get up and they leave their boat, and they leave their father. Now, it's not meant for us to understand that we should leave our families or leave our livelihoods. But that's exactly what happened here. They got up and they left their livelihood. James and John got up and they left their father. They left their family. And what Jesus is trying to get at is that we should focus our lives more on Christ and then branch out into our family, into our career, our livelihood. Start with Christ in the middle and work out into the world. Go that way. But keep Christ centered in your life. That's what our focus should be. So some people say we should stop everything and go just follow Jesus. No. What you need to do is follow Jesus, have him in your heart, and then go out into the world and be that light. And that's exactly what Jesus says to them, doesn't it? Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Now, if you break that up, follow me. He doesn't say I have some new doctrine, I have a new teaching, I have some new way of getting in touch with God or bringing you closer to God. He just says, follow me. In the book of Genesis, we hear that we're made in the image of God. But we're also called to be like God. And Jesus is saying, I don't want you to do anything different. I want you to just follow me. I want you to listen to me as I teach you, but I also want you to imitate me. I want you to live as I do. I am going to live the kingdom of God. And I want you to follow me and learn how to live this also. Do as I do. Watch what I do and do it. Repeat it. Imitate it. Follow me. I will make you fishers of men. I will make you. So many times in our life we hear that calling from God. He's reaching out to us and we know we're called, but we're not sure how to go forward, how to do it. I will make you. We learn to trust God. We put our faith in God. He shows us how to do it. And He knows, and we all know it's going to be a difficult path, but to follow and imitate Him, He will be with us. I will make you. I will give you the strength. I will give you the gifts. I will give you the ability. I will give you the courage. I will give you the understanding. I will give you. No matter where I'm calling you, I am with you. And I will give you. I am with you. I am along with you wherever you go, wherever you're called to. I'll make you fishers of men. It's interesting that we hear when John the Baptist was arrested, he's up in the northern kingdom of Israel, where Herod Antipas was. Now, Herod Antipas was the son of the Herod that tried to kill him as a baby, the slaughter of the innocents. And so, where does Jesus go? He goes right up there to the most difficult spot he could go right now, the darkest area, where he's probably most in danger. They just arrested John the Baptist, and we know later he'll be beheaded. But Jesus walks right up there, and He's in the darkest spot because He is the light. That's where the light is needed. You and I, if we're called by God, and you are, in all different ways, in different situations, there's a lot of darkness in the world. All you got to do is watch the news. How about in your own family, someone who's sick or hurting or suffering or filled with anxiety or depression or something going on that's close to you, a person that needs a friend, someone that cares, someone that just needs a prayer, someone that needs a hug. You can be that light. I call you, follow me. I will make you fishers of men. If you're willing to listen to that call from God, if you're willing to follow, He will make you, He will give you the grace and the ability, and you will walk into a dark area, a dark place in this world, and you will be the light. You will be what these people need. Because God is calling you. He's calling all of us in different ways, in different things, different situations. Because we're all different. We all have different lives. We all come from different backgrounds. We all do different things every day. But you are needed all over. We're all needed all over. And it's just a matter of, can we trust God enough to say yes when He calls? Can you go into that darkness and fish people out of the darkness? Bring them into the light. And all you have to do is be like God. Follow Jesus. Just follow Him. Do what He says. Do what He does. Learn from that. Trust in that. Have faith in that. That one man, the Son of God, came to this world. And how many people in this world now follow Him? Are you willing to go into the darkness, wherever it may be in your life, and fish people out of that and bring them into the light just by living? Just by being like Jesus Christ, just because you're willing to follow? And because of that, just like the disciples followed Jesus, people will follow you into the light. You have that power. You have that ability and that grace. And some people really need that, like Chuck with his Cincinnati Bengals shirt on. We can convert people out of the darkness into the light. The question is, you are going to be called. You are called all through your life to different things, different ministries, different peoples. Will you say yes? Will you follow?